Hello all, I'm Ritanya from the Decor Journal, India. We are a platform curating content about architecture, interior design and construction community. We're excited to have a talk with the incredible architect Shilpa Jain Balvally, the principal architect of Studio Osmosis. She has been recognized and awarded for her work in architecture by many media houses and associations worldwide. As a founder and head of the multidisciplinary practice Studio Osmosis, Shilpa's work is a combination of Indian and international ideologies, merging cultures, and using the pros of both philosophies. We're very happy to welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, look, talking about the Women's Day, what do you think the International Women's Day is for, and what does it mean for you?
Like I kind of have a problem, which is one day being celebrated as Women's Day. But having said that, I understand that it is a way to sort of commemorate, to sort of put a day. It's not necessarily a day, a month, or a week, but I think every day should be. I mean, we don't have to ideally call something Women's Day or Men's Day, and but I guess here we are. Maybe we still need to do it for many more decades before it just becomes a human day.
Yeah. Ma'am, what gender-based challenges did you face in the career, and how did you meet them?
So I have been an architect and an interior designer for almost 2.5 decades, and I think a lot has changed since the time I studied architecture to now that we are practicing in Mumbai city. We've also practiced in, done projects in different cities in India, as well as I've lived in the United States for about 6 to 7 years. And I'm giving you this little background because, you asked me about challenges based on gender, specifically to maybe our field. And I think it's something that we cannot ignore. It is there everywhere. As a student, and then slowly when you kind of get into the field, you are made to realize that there is a gender bias, whether you're going into the education or the work field. There's always maybe two people with the same skill, the same professional background, but there is a bias where you will see that positions in places are taken up more by men than women. And I think it's very much existing. Yes, you can say that a lot has changed in the last 2 decades, but I do think we still have a long way to go.
Okay. So what does the word power mean to you?
I don't really think of the word power so much in my life. I kind of still think of it as something that we can, something that we can learn from, something that we can keep mentoring somebody, something that comes with a lot of responsibility as to what you are doing. And if that's what we want to call power, whether you want to call your career, your success, when people are sort of looking towards you as your life story, I don't think it's really power. But I do think that it does come across as a huge responsibility that you kind of, you're constantly learning. But the idea is also to sort of give back from your own experiences. And that's what it should really mean.
Great, ma'am. So next, who is your inspiration, or which powerful woman do you look up to?
Again, I don't think personally I have anybody as a male or a female inspiration. I do look up to my own mom, who has taught a lot to me, and she's fought her way through a lot of the things that we are talking about, whether it is gender, whether it is breaking through a lot of standard notions about how a woman needs to be, or how she needs to behave, how she need, what she needs to do. And I think that is where I am learning from, and I have sort of come a long way from the background or the community that I came from to what I could be today.
So there's a one fun question to you. What did you What did you dream of becoming when you were young? And did you become, or how did it change after you grew up?
Um, I think I had never actually thought about becoming an architect, if that's one part of the question. I was very much interested in medicine, psychology. So I think it was somewhere between, and children. So there was this whole thing about learning, about people's minds, and I think psychology was one of my huge interests, and that combination with medicine was somewhere. And the interesting thing is that I think being an architect and interior designer, and also sort of learning healthcare design, I think I've surpassed those things and combined all those interests. And I think I'm actually using all those interests right here in our field. I mean, I
Yes.
think you cannot do design and architecture or make spaces for people without learning about their minds, their needs, their way of thinking. And yeah, so here I am.
That's great, combining everything. So, ma'am, what are you most proud of doing as a woman?
Sorry.
What are you most proud of achieving or doing as a woman?
Um, so again, the fact that you're asking me, what am I proud as doing, as a woman? I think what's important, and especially, when it comes to so many parts of India, that women are not always made to feel that they can dream, that they can do what they want to do, or they can have this vision and then sort of achieve what their goal may be, whatever it is. It could be whether it is a goal in a career, whether it's a goal in family, whether it's a goal with the kids. It doesn't have to be only a professional goal. But the whole point is that they are allowed to dream and then pursue their dreams. And I think that that's what I feel kind of proud about, that at least whatever I pursued out to do, at a point of time where it was a big deal when I was much younger, going abroad for my studies, living abroad all by myself. There was a notion that I should not be doing that, or I should probably just stay here, settle down, get married, live the life that people assume one should do. And I think I sort of followed a path that I wanted to do it. And I think that's what everybody should do. I mean, whatever their goal is, whether it's a man or a woman for that matter.
Well said, ma'am. Well said. So, ma'am, looking towards the future, like the world moving towards gender equality, what do you imagine will be the challenges for women in the future?
I think there are already, like I said, all across the world, women are, and how much ever we like to say that we've come a long way, and we like to believe, in our, and maybe in our people that we are around, there is still a good amount of gender equality, uh, much less bias, and people are sort of understanding that. But I think there are lots of parts of the world, or for that matter in India, or around us, that you still do not see it happening in so many different strata. And I think there are challenges where women are, because we are trying to keep talking about this whole gender bias and making sure that there is equality. I think that is the reason itself, that do we really need to be talking about this equality? Shouldn't it just be all equal? And so till the time we will be doing that, I mean, till the time, I think we are still going to deal with challenges. And the fact that women are expected to be this super women concept, they should be able to do everything. I think that's the biggest challenge. And we sometimes, get, we meet it, we actually do it, and that is where the problem arises. Because why can't we just be human? I mean, why can't we say a superman ever? I mean, why is it we are only talking about women as super women? So I think those are the challenges that we need to get out of these labels. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
hope that
So,
makes
ma'am,
some sense.
yes, it does. So, ma'am, to end it with, what growing up with all the life experience and all, what will you advise your younger version of yourself?
A younger version of myself.
Yeah.
I think I would just keep telling the younger version of myself, and I mean, whatever I did, like, whether I try to follow my dreams, do what I wanted to do, follow my heart, I think just keep doing that twofold, fivefold, tenfold. I mean, go for it, travel, adventure, all of that. I mean, just keep adding to it. Yeah.
So we've come to the end of the interview. It was nice having you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.